So let's talk a little bit about list comprehension. It's a pretty popular topic in Python, in which we can simply condensate all the information in one single comprehension for our piece of code. So as we see here, we have a normal list like nums, and it's 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we initialize an empty string, and for each element inside our list of numbers right here, we're going to take that element and we're going to append according to its square. So if we printed out this, we'll have all the square values from the first elements, right? The thing is, let's just declare the same list here, just so we can have a self-contained example, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. What we can do is, we can take all that 4 in the list initialization and put in one single list. And how we do this? We do this by using comprehensions. So we pretty much take that information that we just did here inside our for loop, and we say, well, we're going to take the value of x and do it the power of 2, as we have it here, for each x inside our list of nums. And then after this is done, we're going to go there and print not nums, we want to print squares. So, and if we run this, we pretty much, as you saw, you have the same values. And what we're doing here is do this operation for each x that is contained inside our nums. And we can make this a little bit more interesting, because our list comprehension, they can get as complex as the logic that we put behind it. So now, let's say that I want to print it out only the even numbers. So we can pretty much concatenate here if condition saying that we're going to do this for each and every x as long as the remainder of this x with 2 is equal to 0. So now how we read this, we say, well, take the values of x, do it multiply by itself or do the square for every x inside our list of numbers, as long as this x here is divisible by 2, which means that is not an odd number. So if we go there and run it, we'll see that we have values. It would be pretty much the same thing, that including a if clause right here to take care of this part, right? List comprehensions, they can get really complex depending on what you wanted. But sometimes they are really popular in some subtopics in Python, especially if you're working with natural language processing. It's pretty common to have list comprehensions to do pre-processing, since it's kind of a standard thing, okay? So thank you and happy coding!